Listen, let's be real. Let's be real. It's been a long time since we've been this low. So there is far.
We will get there.
That is statistical optimism.
Winston is holding the stomach and quite a little.
Oh goodness!
No, we are
Winston
hopeful.
is pregnant with thoughts.
We are hopeful.
No.
Things will get better.
I am optimistic in grace.
Yeah.
Which one?
Everybody's qualifying their optimism.
Things based on what we do. I mean, let us not forget that there are things we must do. And if we don't do those things, things will not get better. And so we must be cautiously optimistic at this point. Look, because when your government, prepares an investor update that says revenue sources for the year, to the reversal of benchmark value reduction, which is expected to give you 2 billion. And as we speak, the implementation date for the e-levy, the anticipated implementation date was February 1st. This is February 7th. We're still not past the e-levy. Well, there's a talk of, cutting down expenditure, but because of political and socio-economic reasons. My brother, let's continue.
So good. If you listen to Winston Charlie, you will look out for them. But the truth is what he's telling us. That it's up to us, isn't it? It's up to what we do. It's not. We can't hope our way to better days.
Oh, but it gets worse and it gets better.
So the other thing we cannot do, there's some thinking in basketball that when it else but yourself, if you go swinging at every other group, including rating agencies, and you don't fix yourself, you're still
challenging the rating agencies is one of the things we can do to see better in situations like this.
My task is to continue to give you hope.
Later.
Do you know that it was perhaps the only bright spot of my weekend, actually?
What?
Yeah.
The hope.
The hope that House of Folk will lose and eventually they lost.
You were done.
Oh.
Anyway, our song was brought to you by Enterprise, Your Advantage, and Duraplast. Where Duraplast goes, water flows.
And here's how you avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. That's how to ensure your safe arrival. You can search for Drive Safe in your office.
Kojo, do you know about Pa Christie?
Wana?
The new version.
Oh.
Eradie wa ma hearty bro. Odum fueje wa ma hearty bro.
After say
Cover Our Lives Simplified and Kingdom Books at Kingdom. Quality and affordability is our hallmark.
Something must be done.
Cutting or slicing. It comes from the Anglo-French sévrer, which means to separate, to pull apart, or to wean, as in separate a baby from its mother. Another thing about that word, severe, the two words have absolutely no relationship with each other. So we don't say he severed ties with his former employer. We sever. Severed. S-E-V-E-R-E-D. The fact that there's an E before the D makes it easy to confuse it with severe. Except that severe is an adjective, and so it can't have a past tense. So every time you see the D at the end, that should tell you that it can never be severed, it's severed. There's a good tip to help us all sever ties with the misuse of severe. See what I
Hashtag.
We shall sever ties with poverty.
Hashtag.
Yes.
Hashtag about it.
Avi's very busy now.
Yes.
Now, can I tell you reporting this morning?
you guys are misreporting.
Oh, you are very busy, aren't you? No, Standard and Poor's Global rates Ghana positively, says Ghana's growth prospects look...
3.
Yeah. We have written, we the Republic have a very tough letter to Moody's telling them with this actual down to see high risk they put there. I am behind the Republic. My heart is very convinced that we shall turn things around soon. In fact, the agencies, they are a problem now. They are just making it impossible for Africa to thrive. They are sitting on our progress as a people, and we need to remove them. By God's grace, we shall remove. Oh, why?
Well, I mean, we shall remove. But you see, back to you. And so the point
So we should boycott it.
Okay,
well,
so
Yeah,
my choice to. But I think that the
so
good
there's
thing about
at least one credit rating agency.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the Finder has details of that one. Standard and Poor cut 37 countries. The IMF is saying that, look, collectively. Okay, so look, Yadika, all right, and emerging markets like ours, 9 percentage.
Other countries also are owing a lot.
So
our
look,
problem
there
is
is
that as far back as of debt distress, 2019, there was no COVID at the time.
Yeah.
So-
So for me, I think the
So as for the debt situation, I'm not sure that's what we are.
part of the story. We'll be
Yeah.
doing that later with Moody's. Anyway, let's continue.
Now, the very last one, see this compensation to families of victims of Idris shooting. And then the very last one is EUW undertakes to reinstate Professor
Go for this morning. Jesus said to him, most certainly I tell you that you today, even this night before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times. Surrounding that unfortunate incident will prevail, he says in a statement issued after the court proceedings. Arts in Gamashi Dabi. Oli Bubu. Oli
Yeah.
Levy. I'm
Yes.
done. I'm
Okay,
done.
before I get into the daily graphic, just
The
a
hashtag
reminder
fix hats of
that
oak.
you guys don't like it when then we would end the first half. Last season, first half of
Last time I passed.
I am
so
saying
look,
that
repeat you upon me.
we are the great hearts of oak. We never say die.
My landlords.
Thank
I
you.
love
Oh,
Kotoko
only
too.
2 years. Only.
Yes,
uh-huh,
only 2.
uh-huh.
I love
So only
Kotoko
one.
slogan. We never say die.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I'm not sure why they are motivated by it. Because if you are dead, you
So let's go to the front page of the daily.
Charity
Graphic
begins at home.
newspaper. Remove all toll booths. Danger to motorists. That's the highways minister. The collection of the tolls back in November last year, and this is 2022. The booths are still sitting there. I think there was an accident, and I was wondering, hey, so if people were here collecting monies, what would have happened? But they are still sitting there, and I really hope that the ministry would take quick action. President Task ever convicted of spilling concrete on road. This is good news because we advocated for this Ghana cedis, 600 Ghana cedis. And yeah,
Oh, my
How
so
is this
how
able to fix the road?
deterrent? Exactly.
every morning on your way, with your cement trucks on your way to site, and then they catch you and fine you 400, 600.
Well, so
CD
some regime for what they call it is already fixed. So the judge cannot remedy
Yeah,
that, right?
absolutely. It's just one person who got 2,400 Ghana, inspiring Senegal to the first
Yeah,
African
fantastic
title.
Senegal.
Yeah,
But I
Not like
supported
Hearts of
Egypt.
Oak.
Yeah.
you
That was
supported
quite a lot of
Egypt.
fun, actually.
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
I want to say good morning to a member of our mission in Senegal, your Foreign Affairs. Good morning and congratulations to Senegal and happy celebration to all Ghanaians.
Can you send a similar message? Takra, the MC, speaks out that he's not guilty, and pressure mounts on Speaker to resign. Yes, and that was terrible news. Car kills KNUST student. That's also on the front page of Daily Guide.
Oh, yeah, that's sad one.
Sad one. The finder says Dr. Bamian launches e-travel card to pay for local and foreign travel and Akufado to G20. Occupy Ghana to take legal action against Auditor General Giadek.
Just wanted to highlight the bit about government implementing some 6 tax relief measures, tax burden on businesses and the citizenry. So this is to cushion tax exemption of people whose annual income, the payment of vehicle income tax on selected vehicles, including intra-city commercial vehicles and taxi added tax scheme to businesses whose annual turnover is up to 500,000 Ghana cedis, an increase from the 300,000 Ghana cedis threshold for the holding tax on gold exports by small-scale miners and the exemption of local textile manufacturers from paying VATs. Will translate into...
Are they not implementing it or they have already started
They
implementing it?
started. I think you're earning some bit of an increase in the.
Yeah,
But I'm just checking.
affected.
I'm just checking if any of us here has reason to celebrate.
Yeah, wasted.
Translate into if I go and buy like a local fabric, for instance.
Okay. Now, the Daily Statesman's the audit report on government landed property is already out. The minister's been given this report, and one of the most painful things to have ever happened to me this weekend was me. I felt very, very sad. I felt so sad. From the walk from where the ATM machine is to my house was perhaps the longest to rant on Facebook.
Anyway, let's get to the new crusade. Get e-travel card for cashless disbursement of travel allowance. Press down the spine of NDC, according to Stephen Atubiga.
Okay, so guys, I just wanted to ask real quick. You know the transport fares likely to go up by 30%.
Yeah.
What does it translate into? So, for instance, Circle to Dome is like, what, 3 cities, 50 pesos, right? How much would that be?
So that would be
Significant.
50 pesos.
Okay. Yeah, right. So yeah, that's just one example. We'll talk a bit more about it later as the Ministry of Transport prepares to meet with transport operators to figure this thing out. The online review is brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest, Goyle Good Energy, and Enterprise Life. No matter how much you make for a living, Enterprise Life has life solutions carefully crafted for you. Enterprise Life.
This was discount per litre on fuels. You also enjoyed discount on lubricants at Goyle stations. Nation lubricant purchases, free life insurance cover provided by My Life Insurance. Accrue and contribute loyalty. Join the Gold Club by visiting Goyle stations or offices. Visit their website, registration.goyle.com.gh. And energy Goyle, yeah, dear.
Well, can you... Because we're just some 7 days away, right? Okay, so... As the Zenith Bank Month of Love, grab your Zenith Visa. Local customers, lots of goodies. And so all you have to do is to grab your Zenith Visa card, prepay. You'll be rewarded each week with Zenith Love Hampers. And at the end of the promo, the ultimate prizes of a weekend stay at the Plush Labadi Beach Hotel, dinner for 2, 8th February 2022. Terms and conditions apply. Follow Zenith Bank on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn to get full updates.
How a 2,000 Ghana cedi fine could be slapped on story. Yeah, far more than you would get for... Anyway, let's not go into it. It's time now for the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank.
Hey, Everkoku, what brings you to my house this early morning? I hope all is well.
All is never well with me, Nick Bakbo. After paying 3 times for the land for my project,
It's all because you are trying to become builders when you're corporate workers at Amrahia, where it's contemporary but super affordable apartments. Prices start from $35,000 and the avant-garde. Simply call 027